Hello everyone and welcome to Lovella's Coloring. How are you guys doing? I do hope that you are all doing well and healthy, and I'm wondering, if you guys are having a lot of fun seeing all of the completed coloring videos like I am. They are definitely, one of my favorite kinds of videos to watch. So for me, it's been a couple months since I've done one, so I have a huge stack of coloring books and magazines here to share with you guys from both June and July. And yeah, coloring for the past few months have been a great escape to help me, just to relax and unwind and have fun, and even if it's just for like a 5-minute sit down of coloring. So yeah, so I think we'll go ahead and get started. I will clear out my desk and we will start off with the books I colored in June. And I think I'm just going to start off with like the smallest book. So I'll be back in just a second. So the first book I want to share with you from my June colorings is 100 Hugs. And this is illustrated by Chris Rydell. And I colored 2 pages in this book for Father's Day. So the first one I'll share with you is this one with Pinocchio and his dad. I believe it's Geppetto. And yeah, I colored it with Prismacolor Premier. And I thought soft color or soft core pencils would be great in this book, so I wouldn't dent it or anything like that. So I also used, I believe, Sakura Metallic for the glasses and the buttons in his pants, and then the little things on his shoes. Yeah. So the other one I colored also for Father's Day, and I also used Prismacolor Premier. Colored pencils is this one, a really cute picture for Father's Day. And both didn't take that long to color. Yeah. So this one and this one. From 100 Hugs, Chris Rydell. The next book I want to share with you is Enchanted Faces, Mermaids, Fairies, and Fantasy, pocket-sized coloring book, illustrated by Hannah Lynn. And the page I colored in here was for a color along. I believe it was Wildcats, and I based it with La Machine markers, colored it in with Arteza colored pencils, and you can see I have stickles in her hair, and also the stars and moon and the planet. I also used Pentel Sparkle Pop on, it's like a little Saturn there, and also dots on her wings. And I also used Posca to line the black lines from the clouds, and also to color in the tiger, because when I started coloring the tiger, I started off with the body, and then I started coloring the bottom part of the mouth orange also, and I stopped myself and told myself that I should go ahead and look to see how a tiger looks like, and it's a good thing I did, because I found out that this whole area is supposed to be white, so I ended up using the white Posca, also ivory and beige, I think, to do the fur over here, and also to cover up the bottom part of the mouth. So yeah, so this is my coloring from, let's see, put this back here, from Enchanted Faces, Mermaids, Fairies, and Fantasy, pocket-sized coloring book by Hannah Lynn. The next book I want to share with you is illustrated by Rita Berman, called Mein Sommer Spaziergang. I believe it's My Summer Walk. And I did a double page spread in here. I've been wanting to do like these books with just pencils, so I used the Holbein artist colored pencil for everything. And I just used the Sakura Metallic and the Sakura glitter, or not glitter, Stardust. I used the Stardust for the pink lemonade. You can see that, and also for the little crab. And was there anything else? Oh, white Posca on the fish, I believe. I don't think there's any other white Posca anywhere. But yeah, this was for several color alongs too. Really had fun with these 2 pages. I was looking up pictures for beach houses, and I think I saw like a row of houses. Sorry, I guess a row of houses. I believe it's like South or North Carolina, and they were all pastel. So I based this coloring on those homes. So yeah, so this is my double page spread from Rita Berman's My Summer Walk. The next book I want to share with you is a Japanese coloring book called Girls Coloring Book. I have it as Mary and Lola Cute Life by Yuka Sato. And the page I colored in here, again for color along on Instagram, is this one. All pencils. Actually on this page the ocean and these palm leaves were already colored in, and so I tried to match the trees together and everything. So but other than that, everything else is with colored pencils. I used the Colleen colored pencils. Then I also added again Sakura Metallic and Sakura Stardust, and I don't know if I can see where that is. Oh, I think that's the only place I put Stardust. And it looks like I used white Posca also. And then for her necklace I used metallic. And I think on her slipper too. Yeah. It was a fun, cute page to color. Yep, so this is my page from the girls coloring book. Well, Mary and Lola's Cute Life by Yuka Sato. The next coloring book I want to share with you is a French color by number. This is the Disney Princesses and Fairies, the Carré Mystère. Hopefully I said that correctly. A fellow French color tuber was so sweet to let me know what the correct pronunciation is. So I hope I said it correctly, and thank you so much for doing that. So the page I colored in here is Sleeping Beauty, and I did again the cross stitch method, and I used the Tombow dual tip brush markers. And as you can see, I went through a lot just trying to figure out what the correct color is. Yeah, because I think when I did the previous page, I was like, I didn't like the pink that I used as a shadow for her face, so it just looked weird. So I wanted to make sure I got the correct color, or the color that I think would look good with it. So yeah, so this is my Aurora Sleeping Beauty, and this is from Disney Princess and Fairies, Carré Mystère, color by number. The next book I want to share with you guys is the Kawaii Grayscale coloring book by Jade Summer. I colored a page in here for a Jade Summer color along in June. So I did a lot of straight coloring in this page using the Lamouche markers, also with Sharpies and Bic marking. I did try to do some shading in the hair just using markers also. I think I still need practice with that, but it was a lot of fun trying to do it. You can see that I added stickles to the purple flowers. I believe I also used this for a purple flower color along. I used, was it Colero Pearl Fairy Tale watercolor on the unicorn's horn. And then I think also for the tops of the crown, and then I used a Sakura Metallic also to go around it to outline the horn also. And then also the Colero watercolors on those little balls at the corners of the frame. And then there's stickles on her necklace. For her skin, I used pastels to kind of like shade it in a little bit more. And the one I used is the, Jane Davenport birthday suit pastel. So it was a lot of fun trying to figure out how to use that on top of alcohol markers. I don't know, you can't tell the difference probably from here, but I did try to smooth it out a little bit more over here, but I couldn't do it. You can still see like my markers. Like I think I stopped somewhere here and then continued again. But yeah, a lot of fun. I really love this page. It's also, I think, my first or second coloring in one of Jade Summer's Grayscale books. Let me see, did I use anything else? Oh, I did use pencils in here for the eyes. So I used Holbein artist pencils for the eyes. So really not all total like straight coloring with alcohol markers, but close enough, I think. Yeah, so this is my page from Kawaii Grayscale Coloring Book by Jade Summer. The next one is 101 Unique Mandalas by Camellia Angelkova, and I colored a like beach themed mandala with the shells and starfish. So this one is just all like gel pens and markers. So I used Big Marking, Sharpies, Lemon markers. I used Pentel Sparkle Pop, Sakura Stardust, and Sakura Metallic. So the gel pens were just to add like texture to the shells and the water. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if you're able to see it, but yeah. Oops, sorry. Put that there. So again, this is 101 Unique Mandalas by Camellia Angelkova. The next book I want to share with you guys is the Disney Les Grands Classiques Tome 3 by Hatchet Heroes. This is a color by number, and the page I did in June was this one of Anna. I did her sister Elsa a couple months ago, so now they're both done. I did both of them with Prismacolor Premier using Gamsol to smoothen out the pencil strokes, and then for the black lines I used this Sakura Pigma FB. It's just a, I think, water-based marker. And I got a little smudge over there. So I also used Zig Wink of Stella on her lips, but I don't think I've added, oh, I added to the white parts over here, but I think it's hard to see. Oh, right you can see it, but on her hair it's kind of hard to see. So yeah, so happy I got the sisters done so I can continue on with this book. So I'll go ahead and put this back. It's Anna and Elsa from Disney Les Grands Classiques Tome 3 by Hatchet Heroes. The next book I want to share with you is The Ink House by Rory Dobner. So the page I colored in here, I actually colored 2 pages, and it's this one. So with Louis, I colored it just with Tombow Erosions. And I believe I did this while I was having a Zoom chat with T. So it was a lot of fun. I think I finished it while chatting with her. And then on this page, I started off with Distress ink for the whole thing. And then I used Tombow dual brush markers to color in the stems and the leaves. I used Derwent Color Soft to like shade it in a little bit and then color in the bee and that shears. No, I don't remember what that's called. Then I also use zinc wing costella on the wings. It's kind of hard to tell there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I have a lot of pages to do if I'm going to finish this by the end of the year, so hopefully I can get it done. So this is The Ink House by Rory Dobner. The next book I want to share with you is illustrated by Maria Trere. It's a Skimmings Timon. I think I got the Dutch version through Princework, and I was getting it along with at that time the newest Hannah Carlson, and then another book by Maria Trere. So yeah, but the English version is called Nightfall, and the page I colored in here is this one. I colored it for a color along for a like coloring Zoom chat that I join like every other week. So I based this page with Lyra Aquarelle crayons, and then I use Arteza Expert colored pencils to color it in, and just white Posca to add the white in the mushrooms and around the little ghost. It was supposed to be see-through ghost, but then I realized it was only this ghost that had anything behind it. So yeah, it was a fun page. I really liked it. Okay, so this is my page from Maria Trere's Nightfall, or is it Skimmings Timon? Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you books that I colored in July. So the first one I'm going to share with you is Pop Manga, Mermaids and Other Sea Creatures, a coloring book by Camilla D'Erico. This is another color along with my coloring Zoom chat buddies. And also I use this for several color alongs on Instagram. So I colored this page. It's actually my first page in this book. I colored the background first with the Paul Rubin pearlescent watercolors, and then as I was coloring, I don't know if you can see, but there's like little dots, so kind of like to distract myself from it, I splattered acrylic white acrylic paint using a toothbrush. And then what else did I do? Oh, I colored it in with Caran d'Ache Luminance and Holbein Artist colored pencils. And I also used the Sakura Stardust on the circles in the background to show that's why it's also shimmering. And then I also used Zig Wing Costella on the skulls. I don't know if you can tell, there's a little shimmery. Yeah, so this is my octo head girl from, put this back here, Camilla D'Erico's Pop Manga, Mermaids and Other Sea Creatures. Okay, so the next book is Color by Number Christmas Mosaic, and this is by Sun Life Drawings. And I did a page in here for Anxiety Art Adventure, and also for Anne from A Colorful Life. Their color alongs, their I forgot what the hashtag is, but it's pretty much their Christmas in July color along. So what I used in here is Big Intensity and Sharpies, the ultra fines for both of them, and looks like I used Sakura metallic jelly rolls for the buttons, and then for the lines I used the Sakura glaze in black. And I actually saw someone else's video, and I'm sorry, I can't remember their name, and I don't want to blurt someone's name out or someone's channel out because I'll probably be wrong, because that's happened before already. So I saw it and I commented in their video saying I would like to try using the Sakura glaze, and I really like how it looks for the mosaic color by numbers. So yeah, so this is my snowman. is Friends in the Color by Number Christmas Mosaic by Sun Life Drawing. The next book is 50 Nighttime Mandalas, and it's by Camelia Angelkova. So my copy comes with, it's like grayish background instead of black background, and you can see like little lines on it, and plus it wasn't straight. I mean, I think half of it is crooked, so you can see it's like getting wide, and then as you come to the picture that I colored, you can see it's like so off, but it's okay. So anyways, with this mandala, I used Big Intensity and Sharpies. They're ultra fine, and also a Uniball Signal Gold. And I looked up a summer palette on Pinterest, and then that's what I used for this mandala. Really love the colors, and I just realized like halfway coloring that it's a pineapple, so it's a good thing I realized it before I colored it in and made it like look close enough to a pineapple. Yeah, and I also colored the first page again using the same things. This is a nameplate there. Okay, so that is 50 Nighttime Mandalas by Camelia Angelkova. The next book I'm going to share with you, you will probably see it, most likely see it, in my coloring haul / birthday present, well, coloring birthday presents video, which should be coming up after this one, I think. And there was a sale at Mindware website, and these were on sale, and then some of them came with stickles, so I got like 3 books, and the one I'm sharing with you is the Fairies one. So I colored the first page, and I colored it kind of like watercolor. I used the Staedtler dual tip and the Arteza twine marker, and then a water brush to color it in. So it's like a watercolor kind of color by numbers that I just did in this page. And the stickles came with one of the books, so I used the stickles to color in some of the stars there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so it's just a different way. It was fun to just take out my other markers instead of just coloring it straight in and use the water brush. So yeah, so this is my fairy page from Fairy Color Counts, a color by number collection by Mindware. The next book I want to share with you is Creative Haven Main Street Coloring Book, illustrated by Teresa Goodrich, right here. And I did a buddy color with T from T's World of Coloring. We did this page, and I based this with the machine markers, and then I colored it in with Colleen colored pencils, and then I used the Uniball Signal Gold Metallic just for the signs, and then the big one right over there. Yeah, this is my version of a bed and breakfast. So this is Creative Haven Main Street Coloring Book by Teresa Goodrich. The next one I want to share with you is from the Coloring Heaven Collection magazine. This is the Sarah K edition. The one I colored was from this illustration, which is called Animals, Marie and Bigodi. And yeah, so it's copied onto cardstock. I cut it up and to have it with the black cardstock as a frame. I was inspired by Aeryn K. I believe on YouTube is Aeryn K Designs, and then on Instagram is Aeryn K, Aeryn. But anyway, she's a terrific colorist, and I love how she presents her colorings like this. It's nice, it's clean, it's simple, and it looks nice when you put it away in your binder. So that's why I wanted to start doing this for any of the colorings that I copy onto cardstock or any PDF that I print out. So again, this is by Sarah K, and I colored this with the ground is with Derwent Inktense, and then I used the Zig Kuretake Real brush to color in the flowers, especially right over here. I based her with Lemon markers, and then I colored her in with Derwent Color Soft. And the sky is all with Distress ink. I used Derwent Metallic for the little dots on her dress. I don't know if you can see that. And on her bow. And then the little bees in the background is the Stardust, Sakura Stardust. Here. Yeah. And I tried to make her feet dirty. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but it's just a little thing I added. So this is my coloring from Coloring Heaven collection, the Sarah K edition. Just go ahead and put this back. Well, I'm going to put it away in a notebook or a binder, so let's put that there. Okay. The next one is another Coloring Heaven magazine. This is the World of Princesses special, issue number 52. These are designs from Fabiana, Trere. So the page I colored in here was for 2 color alongs on Instagram, one from Effie Colors and another one Catty Cat, but they're Egyptian color alongs. So I thought this page would be a great one to use for their color alongs. And I actually used the illustration that was given to me during the Christmas time. Coloring Heaven sends out I think 12 sets of, or just 12 illustrations during Christmas. So this is the illustration that came in with the magazine. So it has gray shadings in there, and then the one that was sent during the Christmas time is just without the gray shading. So this is the one that I actually used. And yeah, so with this coloring, I was kind of inspired by all the colorists that like to bling out their colorings. So the background, I used black acrylic, and then the glitter that you see is Mod Podge. So I used the Mega Glitter Mod Podge. As you can see, it actually has colors that I use on the girl. A little bit of blue, some gold, a little bit of red too. So let me go ahead and pull this out. So for the rest of the picture, I used Lemon markers as a base. I used Crayola colored pencils to color it in. Everything, skin, dress, the gold, the beads. And then I used stickles. Did I use stickles? Oh yeah. On this part I used the marble effect I did up here. I used the Caran d'Ache Luminance, and then I used like a really small brush to pick up stickles to put in one of the strands. And then I was trying to decide if I should put stickles on the red part here, but I decided against it because the whole background is already all glittery. So I just used the glossy accent. So this is the bottle, the glossy accents, and I used it for these round gems up here, and also for her lips, and then the beads on her headdress. Yeah, and then white Posca for her eye. I believe that's pretty much it. I did use a little bit of the Tombow dual brush. I believe it's for the the blue around her headdress right over here, but that's it. And then yeah, so this is my ancient Egyptian princess. Here, so this is the Coloring Heaven World of Princesses Special, issue 52 by Fabiana Trere. The next coloring is from the Chibi Zodiac, a coloring book by Yampuff. So I colored Leo. So Leos are imaginative, tenacious, and dependable. So I colored this illustration, again copied onto cardstock, and I wrote it here. I colored this for my birthday. I finished it on my birthday, so my family was nice enough to let me color a little bit for my birthday. And I dedicated it to all the July babies, like KP, there's D. I know there's other colorists that also celebrate July birthdays, so this coloring was dedicated to them, and also for my fellow Leos. So I based the girl with Nemoche markers. I colored her in with Sargent Art Supreme colored pencils. You can see I used stickles right over here. The shimmery sun in the background, and this mini sun right over here. I painted that in with the Paul Rubin pearlescent watercolors. And then the background was supposed to be like a dark navy, but I can never judge. It looks navy in the cup, but then when I paint it, it looks black. But it's supposed to be really dark navy, and it's acrylic. And then that's it. And then, oh, did I do white Posca? No Posca. No other thing. So yep, this is my Leo girl from Chibi Zodiac, coloring by Yampuff. The next one is Whimsical Wonders, the Artist Edition coloring book, and this is by Julia Spiri. Again, I did this coloring for several color alongs, and especially for Olga from YouTube. She had like a masquerade color along for July. So I colored this little girl and the kitty, and T from T's World of Adult Coloring on Instagram had a cat color along, so I also added this picture for her. What did I do? I based her with Nemoche markers, colored her in with Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. The background is Distress Ink and Distress Oxide. I think it ended up looking like, you know, the backgrounds for school pictures and stuff. So yeah, I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, you know, with Distress Inks. It's always, I wonder how it's gonna look like. So I also used stickles on the flowers and on her mask. Again, I used like a small brush to apply it. I also used Sakura Metallic on the strands on her hair, and I also used the Sakura Glaze on her shoes. And I tried to use it on the mask, but I don't think it's a good idea to use the Sakura Glaze over like Prismacolors, because it looked like it was spreading too much. It's not so bad from far away, but as I was applying it, it just looked like it was just looking like it's gonna spread. So yeah, I probably won't do that again. And yeah, so this is my coloring from Whimsical Wonders coloring book by Julia Spiri. So the last coloring I want to share with you is from Flora, the Flora coloring book illustrated by Maria Trere. And the page I am going to share with you, this page actually started last year using the Colleen colored pencils, but you know, as I was coloring, I colored the tree and the leaves and the vines, and I was just discouraged continue because it felt, because the colored pencils are soft, it felt like I was just sliding over the colors. It was hard to blend. I was pressing down, and then, you know, because they're soft pencils, I ended up having to sharpen them a lot more. So after I finished the tree and the leaves, I stopped, and it wasn't until July that I decided to finish it, especially because PassionistaColorista, that's Isabel, she has a color along that's still continuing into August, where you color in a fairy house. So I decided to go ahead and finish this page up. So I began by using a different colored pencil, which is the Arteza colored pencils, and I used it to color in the house and then the deck of the house. And again, it felt the same as using the Colleen colored pencils. I didn't like it. It was hard for the colors to just appear. I don't know, it's just not working on this paper. So after coloring those, I just like, no, everything else I'm going to base with watercolor pencils. And actually the green in the background were Derwent Inktense, and I wanted to use the Derwent Inktense for the background because the blue in the background also, those I used the Faber-Castell Albrecht, and I didn't want the colors mixing, so I knew the Inktense, as soon as you laid the water, or as soon as it's activated, it will stay. So when I come in with the Albrecht, they're not going to bleed into each other. So I finished the rest of the house up with Albrecht and the flowers also with Albrecht as a base. Actually, the door here and these, the table and the little stump with the moss, those were Derwent Inktense. I colored in the flowers, the door and tree stumps and the windows with a harder pencil, the Tombow Erosion, and I also colored her in with Tombow Erosion. And yeah, that worked a lot better. I don't know if it's because I laid a base down with watercolor, so it added more texture to the paper. But anyways, I also used the Sakura glaze on the ladybug for the black. That's why it's like so black, stands out. Then also Zig Winkostella on the wings. On her, I also used the Zig Winkostella on her wings, plus the glazed metallic to outline her wings. So as you can see, she's kind of like faded out because I had this idea when I was finishing her up, because she was the last one that I had to color, that I wanted her to be like bright and light. It's kind of like, I don't know, I was watching a documentary where people will see like flashes of like, I don't know, I think it's bugs, but some people will say it's fairies just like passing by, and it's so fast, but it's bright and you see it in the corner of your eye, or in a photograph you'll see like something's coming right by. And I thought that would be a good idea to just kind of like let her not wash out, but just outline her so she kind of like looks a little bit faded. And I was inspired by Imogen, the coloring kid, on one of her videos. She used, I think it's a Winsor & Newton, like I think it's acrylic paint, to cover the black lines so that you won't see the lines in your coloring. So for her, I didn't use a Winston & Newton. I actually just used my Posca pen. So I'll show you, like right over here, I just dabbed on, here. So I dabbed on color, and then I used a really small brush to pick up whatever I laid down on the paper and to try to cover the line around her hair, around her body and her dress. So this one I mixed two colors to come out with a color to cover the black lines. So yeah, so thank you, Imogen, for those really nice tips. And yeah, and I also use white Posca, and I believe that's it. So the white Posca is on the flowers, just for the tips again. So yeah, so this is my last coloring. Sorry, so long. And this is from Flora coloring book, illustrated by Maria Trere. So I only have one whip to share with you guys, and it's from Summer Nights. You probably have seen this in a couple other videos previous to this one. This is illustrated by Hannah Carlson. The double spread I am working on is this page. And yeah, I still have to finish it. I've been trying to put together videos, so my coloring kind of has to stop so that I can do that. And yeah, so I just have a little more to go right over here, and then little details throughout. And I'm going to see if I can sharpen up like the circles that I had here in the middle, if I can. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I've colored for June and July. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So until next time, please take care out there, keep safe, and stay healthy. I'm sending you guys all my love and hugs. Please have fun and happy colorings. Bye-bye.